Hi there, and welcome to another amazing episode of Creatives on the Couch with me, Reese Ryan, and my gorgeous co-presenter, the beautiful, unique Monique.
Hey.
You look stunning today. Look at you.
Thank you very much.
I'm loving this colour on you.
Loving this colour on you.
Do you know, it's like we're just matching. And on today's episode, I'm absolutely delighted to welcome an amazing guy and a really good friend of mine, and we're going to delve deep into his life. It's the film producer and movie writer, Mr. Craig Quinn.
Hello.
Hiya. Look at this.
Oh.
It's like role reversal here.
Right, you look much different.
I know. Yeah,
You know,
like it.
than your old Boarhog kind of thing. This guy's been dressed up as a pig man for the last 5 months.
I'm so glad you're here, though. It's really nice that you were able to fit us in because you're so busy.
I'm glad to be here. Look at this.
It's not bad, is
Nice,
it?
isn't it?
Nice gaff you've got here, Reese.
Do you know? Yeah. Does it always say?
Thank you.
You're in charge of this whole arrangement.
I
Yeah.
am.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Nice to tie the famous waistcoats back on.
Yeah. Well, I won't say it's not really famous. I'm the only one who's got it because I got it custom made.
Exactly, that's why it's famous.
Yeah. There's only one of them, so
Oh, nice.
It looks fit.
Yeah, I'll make it famous. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how, but I'll have a go. I'll do something.
Yeah. We know exactly what.
Oh, listen, guys, don't start, please.
Oh my days. Oh no, what
This
have
is
we
going to
done?
be an interesting show today.
It always
All the crews just walked out shaking their heads.
I know.
going,
crew's gone.
Here we go.
Nobody's here. It's just us.
So let's go right the way back, because there's a lot of people watching this and they're going to be like, who is this man? So let's go right the way back and find out what makes you tick.
What makes me tick? Well, horror. Horror. Listening to punk. Ghosts and things.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Not seen one, but I've experienced one.
Oh,
Okay.
So when I used to live in a flat in Droylsden, just down the road, and it was used to be a cotton mill. Me and my girlfriend at the time, we were trying to get to sleep, and on the back of us, the kitchen was there. Where our room was.
Okay.
So we left the, like the oven door, where it slide down. We left it kind of like, open. And next thing we hear this big bang, and we ran in. The oven door was shut, and she lost a CD in the house. I don't know if I can say what it is for copyright and things and things like that. But she lost a CD in the house. This CD went missing, and she said she heard the lyrics from one of the songs being whispered down her ear.
oh my God.
And the CD never got found.
Stop it.
After, this was when she discovered that, the CD had gone missing.
Okay.
And something whispered down her ear, a lyric.
Stop it. Have you ever had a ghost experience?
I've had that sleep paralysis that everybody talks about from time
What's
to
that?
time. When you try to wake up, but you can't wake up, and it feels like you've been held down in your bed.
Oh, yeah.
So some
that's
people say
normal,
it's
yeah.
supernatural, and some people say you're just halfway in between sleeping and waking
It's
up.
the way your body is, or it could have just been a really good Saturday
You-
night out.
It was that.
You've experienced the ghost, Reese,
The one we were filming.
on set of Boarhog.
Yeah, there was. It was really, really weird. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later on, but we've just finished a film called Boarhog, and we were doing a scene, and we were in this like slaughterhouse with this. We'd got a sheet over the gap with all the cameras in front of it. Me on set with my co-star at the side of me, and Craig was filming, and we had the sound and everything. And when we did all the stills and all the still photos, like we have here, we have stills done on set constantly. When it came back, in the corner where we were filming, where the sheet was, there was a face actually looking at us.
Yeah.
There was nobody there.
No.
There was no one on
Did
the
you see
set
me?
at that point.
Yeah, I posted it. It was me who
Posted, so
discovered
I'll show
it.
you the picture, but you can actually see this face stood right next to me.
That note, I think I don't want to.
She's off.
Because you got.
She's off.
You
So you've always been into horror then? Now that I've terrified my
Yeah,
girl.
since a young age, I watched. I think I must have watched Chucky when I was about 4 or 5.
What?
Really?
4 or 5?
Yeah, just
Child's Play.
passively watched it. You know, someone was watching it and I shouldn't have been watching it, but I did. And Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, everybody watched Freddy Krueger.
As a kid?
Yeah, I shouldn't have been watching it.
gonna say.
I was watching from the stairs.
Oh,
Really?
did you have nightmares?
No, I don't.
You see, I
get
think I was about
nightmares.
11 when I watched it, the Tim Curry version. They all float. And it absolutely terrified me
Yeah.
to the point of watching, going, that's what I'm going to do with the rest of my
really?
life.
Yeah, I
I
was-
watched how Tim played Pennywise and thought,
Yeah.
that's my life's journey.
Do
Yeah.
you think that's why you both love horror so much then?
Yeah, I guess, like for me, it's been from a young age.
Yeah.
And
Me as well. And obviously, when we met, and you know, we're both equally as sick, aren't we? Really, where horror's concerned, of what we want to create.
Yeah.
And I think it was just like a dream team coming together
Ah, right.
with what
Yeah.
he writes and what I'd got in my mind of how to play the character.
Yeah.
But you'll see that when we make ours.
Yes.
So yes.
Can't wait.
So writing that side of it, did you start that at a really early age, or did that come later?
Yeah, I've always been into creative writing, but you know, actually writing screenplays came at a later time in my life. You know, I think I got into like my early 20s when I started writing screenplays and things like that.
And I mean, have you ever written a screenplay?
Not a screenplay. I've written
'Cause I
short
wouldn't
movie,
even
but
know where to
never.
start.
Neither would I. So, what made you get into screenplay writing?
It's always about a what if, you know.
Oh, right, okay.
I always think, you know, what if this happened, or, you know, stories I hear, and, you know, I've got to write about that if it's okay with the person who told me, you know. So I hear all these stories, and then I think, you know, what if I can, you know, add to that. And it's always got to be unique, you know, something that's not been done before,
Well,
kind
that's
of
hard,
thing.
isn't it?
It is hard, but, you know, you just have to dig deep enough. You've got a story that nobody's ever heard. Everybody's got a story that nobody's ever heard.
True.
You know, it just depends how you project it and how you tell it.
And what was your childhood like?
Good, you know, come from a good mum and dad, you know, they always did great things for me. You know, always made sure I got as many opportunities as I can. You know, like my dad always, you know, raised me like with positive mindset, and as my mum did as well. You know, I got bullied at school because of punk things, but you know, now I see them and I'm just like, you're vanilla, so you know, you know, you are a vanilla ice cream. You know,
Wednesday 13.
you know,
Like, isn't it?
they go to a job they hate, come back to a
True.
relationship they hate. So,
Little dig there. I love
so yeah, get in the bin.
Get
Get
in.
in.
Get in the bin.
Have that on your headstone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Single and ready to mingle, and get in the bin.
Craig Quinn didn't like many people, so get in the bin.
Oh my days! So, are you writing anything else at the moment? What's?
We are, but I'm not saying anything because it will get nicked.
Oh well, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
that's the.
We're doing something that's, you know, not been. We're working with characters, a certain type of characters that haven't been done in horror before.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
it's people will say it's a superhero movie. It's not a superhero movie. I'm meant to be. People say, you know, I'm playing a superhero, but I'm not. I'm playing a vigilante.
See, you're the kind of guy,
love it.
from what I've noticed, is like when anything sort of like winds you up. I mean, and we've had some things wind you up on the set of our film, haven't you? He just like takes a step back, goes and stands in a very dark corner, puts his head down, and goes, "I'm going to think of stranger things."
I just come out the shadows
Yes.
like Batman. They think I'm hiding in the shadows.
You are
I am the
absolutely
shadows.
addicted to stranger things, though, aren't you?
Stranger Things, Batman is just like
Your thing.
life for me.
Hence the shoes.
Hence the shoes, hence the tattoos.
Oh, wow, let's have a look.
I have Batman tattoos
Oh, wow.
from the Arkham verse. I got Scarecrow there.
Amazing.
I've got Joker there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Huge
just.
fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Arkham verse. It's pretty much why I got back into filmmaking.
Okay.
So, you know, because of the whole universe, how they built it, all the Easter eggs they do, the references to different characters. I thought, you know, I'm never going to create something like that, but, you know, that's why I came back and did the Sound of City universe.
Okay, all right.
So,
Some of our viewers won't know what an Easter egg is in a film. They're going to be like, "What's an Easter egg?"
Yeah.
Just explain what an Easter egg is.
well, every year around about April. They make chocolate things that are like in an egg.
You're such a bad man.
They put like a colourful foil around them.
Do they?
Yeah, and then you open them, and apart, you know, nobody really knows why, but you just eat them.
And now do the one that's in a film.
Oh, that one. You wanted that one. All right, okay. So, so an Easter egg is where you kind of like refer to something.
Right.
So an example in film is, well, in gaming, in the Arkhamverse is, there's a picture right in the first shot of the game where it's somebody carrying like a soldier from battle, and at the end of the game, that's how Batman carries Joker out of the theatre. So it's like kind of like you refer to something.
I think I saw one recently. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen the film Choose or Die?
No.
It's a brand new horror film that's just come out on Netflix.
I watched it with you.
And we did watch it together. And there is a very, very, very short cameo appearance, sound appearance of Robert Englund, who is Freddy Krueger. But he's there as a character in the film.
Yeah.
And yet when they walk through and the boy ends up in the bedroom, on the wall is the poster for A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Clever.
So it's an Easter egg where
Right.
they're referring very subtly.
Yeah.
But we're going to touch on that
Yeah,
very, very soon.
yeah.
We're going to take a quick break right now, and then we'll be back with more stories and find out what else Mr. Quinn has been up to. See you in a couple of moments.
Welcome back to Creatives on the Couch. I'm here with my beautiful host,
Hiya, darling. It's me,
and I'm here with.
Craig.
If you got your name, I'm joking. I love him. He's so serious, isn't he?
So lovely.
You are such a geezer. I love you so much.
I'm such a what?
Geezer.
Geezer.
You're just so. Do you know?
Never been called a
Leave you
geezer.
Do it, all right.
Yeah.
No.
We'll just have a chat. We worked with a character called Danny Cruel in our last film. He was the killer. You know, there's like asylum visits for his doctor, and Danny Cruel's name's there. And literally just every killer or criminal we've ever created.
It was all written behind me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and obviously, I wasn't involved in the other movies. You know, I came onto Boarhog early, sort of 2022, didn't I? Really?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I didn't know anything about this universe that he created, but suddenly I was sort of thrust into it all and saw what he was creating, and was just completely and utterly blown away by it all.
Yeah.
You know, and now, obviously, aside from what we do, you know, and this here, you know, I've got a whole family now of people around me who I know I can. It's always good to have someone to have your back, isn't it?
Of course.
You know, you'll feel that you always need people to have your back, and I think that's what you strive with in your movies, isn't it? That you know, everyone's an equal, really, isn't it? And I think that's why you're so great at getting the people, you know, who want to work with you.
Yeah, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all just trying to get somewhere and progress further. And it's up to, you know, I always get everyone in before, what do you want out of this role? Rather than me being at them saying, I want this, I want that. Because if I know what they want, I can get in a win-win situation with them and like, right, I know what I want for what this person wants, and I know what I want.
Yeah.
I know where we might have a bit of a problem and how we can fix that. So, you know, you've got to get your actors and your crew, you know, all comfortable. Make them feel like, you know, it's for them.
Yeah.
You know, they can progress from it, they can progress further.
Yeah.
So you've got to always recognise that. Even if you know you might not like it, you know, you've got to kind of think, you know, are they thinking more outside the box than I am? Are they're seeing this from the outside looking in. Maybe it's something I've not thought about. And, you know, that way.
And that's where
like
you come
that.
across as sort of like a fair guy, to be honest, because, you know, me and you've sat for hours, you know, dissecting things and going through things, and I saw things that he hadn't even seen regarding some of the characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's change this, let's change that. We did one scene, didn't we? You were really, really happy with it, but I wasn't the slightest, was I? And I rang him up, and I'd been up all night, and I just was like, we need to completely reshoot this. And he was like, it's fine. I went, it's not fine. It's not right.
Yeah.
So we went back, refilmed the whole thing, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he came back to me and he was like, you were absolutely bang on to say that it wasn't right.
You can't always be right. And I think once you recognise that, you know, you have to learn. You know, You have to, you know, you can't just go through thinking it's my film, forget everybody else, you know, because everybody else is trying to help you. So if you're forgetting everybody else, you know, you're left with nothing. You know, it's like, you know, you don't want to hear their input.
Yeah.
And I think you have to hear their input because they're going to see it a different way to how you see it.
Yeah.
They might see you might think this is the most terrible scene in the world, but they might say, no, you know, look at it. If they're looking at it from a different angle, you know, you've had a different input.
So we'd never met at that point, and then people were getting in touch with me saying there's this film being done, and they're looking for a lead, and you really, really need to go for it. But I was so busy at that point in Wizard of Oz, and I was like, I can't. I'm too busy as Scarecrow. I haven't got time. And then one person who I always listen to said, "Actually, Reese, you need to contact these people.
Yeah.
This film was made for you." And so I got in touch with one of the producers, a guy called Chris Cutler, who came straight back to me and said, you need to do a self-tape, but you need to speak to the director and the writer, which is a guy called Craig Quinn. And I was like, right, okay. So I found Craig, and he sent me the script over. I did a self-tape, didn't I? Sent it off to you. And then he came straight back to me and was like, we're not even looking at any of the other self-tapes. You've got the part.
Yeah.
And that was it, wasn't it? I came over to meet you, and we started building the character.
Yeah, started talking about the Brecknell character that he plays, and you know.
And it's been one of the, you know, the best things of my career. Not even just because he sat here. Out of my entire career, it has been one of the best things I have ever done.
Yeah.
I love this film.
It's amazing because obviously you met at Winter Wonderland. Well, you saw him at Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
Then a separate occasion.
Just a few weeks later, our paths just brought us together. He'd already
meant to
seen
be.
me working, didn't really think much about it, and then obviously I'd got in touch, and that was it. And now he's stuck with me.
I felt
Yeah,
so
you know.
Yeah. So your
Thank
first
you.
film, Wrong Side.
Yeah.
What's all that about? What, tell us about the story of Wrong Side.
So basically, the story of Wrong Side is I play Detective Inspector Tommy Shaw, and he solved a case 5 years before, and it turns out the wrong guy got locked up because the guy they arrested dies in the asylum, and the murders start happening again, you know, by trademarks and eyewitness accounts. So they end up chasing a guy called the Gas Mask Killer. And it's all sorts of like, you know, these blocks in the road to why they can't catch this guy, this hidden police corruption to why they can't catch this guy. And it's kind of them on the journey to catch this killer and find out who he is.
And it's all based within Sounder City University.
It's all based in the Sounder City University. Killer is kind of inspired by Richard Ramirez. He was the Night Stalker who haunted LA. I think it was the summer of 1985.
Okay.
So that's where we kind of got the inspiration for the killer from.
You wrote it all and
Yeah.
produced it, directed it,
Yeah.
starred in it.
Sounds
Jack
brilliant.
of all trades.
I didn't want to star in it, but our lead actor pulled out, so I thought, right, you know,
Jumped in.
yeah.
Yeah. So
More.
where can we watch that? Because that sounds.
There's a trailer on YouTube,
Okay.
so if you just type in Wrong Side Trailer,
Yeah.
or just Wrong Side Craig Quinn,
Yeah.
it'll come up.
Okay.
And obviously there's a lot of people
That's
watching this.
brilliant.
If people want to see what movies you've done, what you've got coming up, you are on all the social media things, and that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube, Fade to Blood Films. You can follow me on Instagram, it's at the recently deceased _
Where's that name come
That's
from?
very Beetlejuice, isn't it?
I just,
Do you get the handbook?
I've got,
Handbook for the
I am the handbook.
I love that.
But yeah,
know that.
I'm on
love
Instagram, the recently deceased _ So, and then what's the other one? Facebook. You can find me on there.
Yeah.
Craig Quinn, you know,
Just there.
if I'm not banned. if I've not said something I shouldn't have said. But yeah, you can like the page as well, Fade to Blood Films, so it's all there.
And all the trailers are coming out and everything on there.
Yeah, so, you know, we've got trailers out for Wrong Side, we've got Cruel to You on YouTube, so if you want to go and watch that, it's Cruel to You, KRUL to you.
I could see your brain ticking over.
I know,
then.
yeah.
I'm just like, you know, why did I do it like that?
And then you obviously created Boarhog, threw me into the lead role of that. I mean, that's a real 80s throwback retro blood and gore fest.
I've seen the trailer for that. It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's brilliant. Really, really good.
Look at that smile.
I know, but do you know what? It was brilliant. I can't wait to watch that one.
It's going to be interesting. I cannot wait. You've got a lot of editing to do, though, haven't you? On that one, you know, thousands of shots.
It's like 6,000 shots, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long would it take you to edit that? I mean, God.
Well, up to now, I'd say we're about 70% in to a rough cut. So, you know, we're just getting all the visuals, you know, sorting out what might go on the cutting room floor. You know, we did a big CGI shoot the other day, and so we've got a big task on, but you know.
You're proud of this one, though, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I'm super confident about it. Like, you know, I've never been as confident about, you know, any other film I've done, and you know, I always like to work on it every day, you know, or you know, try and get it a step.
Times that I go mad at him because I'll message him and he's laid on his sofa at like 3 a.m. and he's not gone to bed and he's not eating and he's still editing everything together. I'm like,
food. I don't like sleeping because I feel like I'm losing time on what I'm doing. It's a big inconvenience to me, and food's just fuel. I only use it for fuel. I'm like Vince McMahon.
well, you are a
He's the
personal
same.
trainer as well, aren't you?
Yeah. So I just use food for fuel.
Right.
And
A lot of people's ears have just pricked up then going, oh,
sleep.
and he's single.
So,
People are going to be sliding into your DMs.
you know, I'm a meme as well.
Are you?
I'm a meme.
Tell us about that.
Well, basically, when I was training in a gym, I was doing a seated row, and somebody said, do like a really like pervy face, like when you do the seated row, and I just ended up doing this one. And yeah, like a few memes have been made from that photo.
Oh wow.
So yeah, but yeah, like sleep now. Like it really like spoiled my day when I have to sleep.
My gosh.
He never ever stops, seriously.
Because you're so passionate, you can just see the
Yeah.
passion and the love that he's got for his craft.
If it was left to me, I'd stay up 24 hours at 24/7, just doing what I'm doing.
Amazing.
You're
So
an absolute
My
gent. I'm
gosh.
so glad that you've been on the chat show.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I walked into your life and you walked into mine.
Yeah.
And we're definitely going to get this one on some projects.
definitely, let's get Monique involved.
Yeah.
I think we've created some magic because of your amazing mind. Thanks so much for coming on the chat show, Sunshine.
Thanks very much, man.
That is
So
Craig
much.
Quinn, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you want to know anything that he does, or if you just want to slip into his DMs and find out about his personal training, it's Craig Quinn, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
And we will see you again on another episode very, very soon. To our amazing team, to this studio, to you, beautiful lady. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.